You haven't gone within yet because you still think it's going to happen outside of you. You still think that maybe mom will change, maybe dad will change, maybe my lover will change, maybe my girlfriend, my boyfriend, whoever it is, whoever it is that you really need to hear it from, maybe they'll change. And you think that it's going to happen. And you don't get it yet. That it's never going to happen. You're never going to hear it from them. They're never going to tell you the words that you really wish you could hear. And that's why you need to go within. Because you have not yet given space for that part of you that is in pain. You want to know how you go within? It's really simple. Close your eyes. Feel what you feel. If you have anything specific that you want to say, just say it. I want to feel the part of me that's in pain. Let whatever emotions, images come up. And then when something comes up and it gets really intense, breathe. Allow it. Don't push, don't pull, just allow it. Even if it means that you're going to be convulsing and going back and forth, just continue to breathe. Just continue to breathe. Just continue to breathe. That's how you go within. And you're going to find out that you have a whole universe in there. You got your own mother. And you can ask that mother, as big as it is, and you can hear the words that you want to hear from her. Same thing with the father, with the lover, with the child, with the inner child, with your brother, sister, aunt, uncle, nephew, niece, girlfriend, boyfriend. You're going to find them within you. And it's not that complicated. And I know that you think that, oh, well, maybe I'm a little weird to close my eyes and go within. Yeah, okay. Like, if that's a legitimate concern, then what I would ask you is, what would it take for you to feel safe enough to do it? You need to be in a room by yourself. You need to be laying down, eyes closed. Maybe get an eye patch or an eye patch. Something that covers your eyes. Maybe the room needs to be pitch dark. Maybe you need to ask for some silent time. Maybe you need to do it with a friend. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is that makes it so that you feel safe enough to do it, do it. If you haven't gone within yet, it's because you're not accepting that you're never going to hear it from the outside. And it's just, I want to reduce the barrier. It's not that hard. Close your eyes. Breathe. Feel. Feel whatever's coming up. It can be anything. Anything. And if you think that it shouldn't be there, then allow the part of you that thinks that it shouldn't be there space. Give it space. Give it room. Allow it to do what it wants to do. Does it want to smack that feeling around? Let it smack it around. Give it room. Give it space. Let it do what it needs to do. Come on. And if you want to go more specific, you can go more specific. I want to feel a part of me that's in pain because of my mom. And if nothing comes up, then just breathe, allow it. Nothing's coming up, and that's okay. Or maybe it's just like, I want to breathe into the part of me. Like, how do I feel about my lover? And let whatever come up, come up. It's just like everybody's trying to make it so hard, and it's just really not so hard. If you haven't gone within yet, I hope you're hearing me. And I hope that you see how it's not that difficult. And here's the great part. I know that I said that it's never going to happen externally, and that's because you haven't gone within yet. Because if you have gone within yet, you know what I'm talking about. But as you go within, you start changing everything. Your feelings, your physiology, your thoughts, your expression, your personal expression. You start having access to more of you, more of your personality. You start releasing all this stuff, and that's when the game changes. That's because it happened within, it now gets to happen externally. Now, there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee that it's going to happen exactly the way that you wanted it or how you heard it exactly. Like, one of the greatest things that I ever heard was like, of course not, sweetie. It would be my honor and joy to hug you for all of eternity. And that's what I really needed to hear when I was younger. I may never hear that from somebody externally. And although I did, it was done in a very intentional space that knew this information. When people know this information, they see the value of hearing the words that were said internally and then giving you that loving, conscious reflection. Of course not, sweetie. It would be my honor and joy to hug you for all of eternity. And as those words come through you, because you're not gonna think it, they're just gonna, it's here. And then it'll start getting, and even, like, let's say that I were never to hear it, because I did hear it, right? So let's just say that I were never to hear it. What would start getting reflected back is the love that came from that. I would actually start getting more reflections. So if I loved myself so much that I finally connected and everything made sense, and I've heard the words that I wanted to hear, then what I'm going to get back externally is that when people just connect and they hear their own words internally and they just express, you're going to see that more of that reflection. And the impact of those experiences are going to be different depending on who you're talking to. For me, it was I finally allowed myself to experience physical affection. But for someone else, it would be finally feeling like they're allowing somebody's words to touch their heart. I don't know what the impact is going to be for you, but I just want you to stop making it so big. Close your eyes. How do I feel? And I'm sure that if it's your first time, your mind's going to be all over the place in there. And if I were to give you a hint, or to support you, to help you, it would be, how does that feel? Bring your mind back to how it feels. Your mind's going to go all over the place. Bring it back to how it feels. Every time it goes out there, bring it back. How does this feel? Because it's going to go all over the place, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That's how it starts. But I implore you, I am begging you, I am saying this because you need to get it. If you haven't gone within yet, because you think that you're going to hear the words that you want from outside of you, then you need to accept that you may never, and you will never, you will never is going to be the thing that allows you to finally go within. And then once you finally go within, that's when I want you to start closing your eyes and start feeling how you feel. And give it space, give it room. Do not hold back on this one. If it wants to smack it around, let it smack it around. If it wants to be angry, give it room. And if your body starts convulsing and doing all these things, breathe. Don't make this hard. I love you.